Janet Kingsley here. You know, when I was a little girl, like many little girls, I wanted to be an actress. And when I would perform in front of my family, the results that I got were, Janet, don't be such a show off. So I quickly learned to bury my desires, to bury my dreams. And it just perpetuated itself from there. And I find this to be the case with many of us. When our dreams and our desires as youngsters weren't embraced or appreciated or encouraged from a young age. In fact, they were judged and they were put down. And so we've adopted other people's dreams. And I remember I was teaching a class on the amazing power of decision. And on one of the weeks in that class, the activity was to talk about what their dreams were, what their goals were, what their vision was. And there was a delightful married couple. And Frank and Diane. And when it got to Diane's turn, do you know what her dreams and her desires and her visions were? It was, well, I want what Frank wants. And I said, no, what do you want? And she said, yes, I want what Frank wants. And I had to ask her about 3 times, and I could never get her away from her dreams, her desires, her goals. Her vision is exactly what Frank wanted. And I remember thinking at that time, how sad. And I remember identifying with it in a way in that, yes, I remember when I got married, I had goals that were my husband's goals. When I was growing up, my dad really wanted me to be a pilot. He really wanted me to be an attorney. And so I adopted those goals as well, but they weren't for me. And I didn't have passion and I didn't have motivation around it, so I never pursued it. And I always felt like I let my dad down. But my goal was to be in front of an audience, was to be a performer. And I had long forgotten that. And it was just a mentor of mine recently reminded me and said, look, but you became a minister. You were still speaking in front of people. You still were performing, if you will. And so what a great reminder that our dreams, our goals, our desires may not have been embraced, supported, or encouraged at an early age, but we need to dig those up. We need to bring them to the forefront, to the surface. Next year, 2018, I am going to be having many videos, I think, and articles and maybe even webinars based on how can we reclaim our desires? How can we reclaim that is ours to do? That stuff that juices us up. I am so rejuvenated and re-energized and bodaciously excited about rekindling my desires. I hope that I can encourage you to get rekindled, to get reinvested, to get reinvigorated on your desires. No matter what anybody else says, no matter if anybody else is judging them, no matter if you think that you're too old, the time has passed, you don't have enough skill, you don't have enough talent, you don't have enough money, there's not enough time, your millions of excuses that have just kept you stuck, kept you from settling, because maybe deep down, where you're not even aware of it, there is that longing still to express your passion, your desire. Boy, I can hardly wait to get started. And until next time, rock on.